This is my face without makeup. I have a disease called vitiligo. You look at the rapper and you think that this wouldn't be the face of a broadcast journalist, and yet it is. I had to clearly define me past what I saw in the mirror. In my experience, okay, what are some misconceptions people have about vitiligo? The first time I got on an elevator and the person moved away from me, usually back in the day, it's because I was African American, which is still funny because usually I'm in a different tax bracket than most of the people I get on the elevator with. But then when vitiligo started happening, I would see people look at my face, look at my hands, and then scoot. So I think the misconception was it's contagious in some way. It's not. It's an autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis. It's not going to jump on you. Another misconception, I think, and this may be specific to me, is that because of this disease, I either hide or I'm ashamed or any of that stuff. Did I go through some of that? Of course I did, but that is not the case. I wear makeup on TV because I want to be black, and if I can be black for an hour a day, I'm taking it. I literally put on blackface 5 days a week, and everybody's cool with it. You know why? Because I'm African American. I think this may be a misconception or not. People think it's not anything that causes any discomfort. Well, it's just a skin thing. I have to have my car windows, most of the time I have them tinted, because during the summer, if I'm just doing this, in about 15 minutes, this thing burns. Now, as an African American, never really had to deal with sunburn. I didn't even know what it was at first. When it first happened, my arm was hurting, and I called my sister. I said, my arm is hurting. And she's like, I don't know, put butter on it. And I'm like, she was joking, of course, but I did. And then when I did, I called her back and she laughed. And she goes, you don't have any pigment anymore, boy. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably a sunburn. Is that what it feels like? Because that crap hurts. And you know, it lasts days. Anyway, I had to educate myself on a variety of things. So there is some discomfort and pain that goes with vitiligo. So I guess if there could be some misconceptions. Some of the off-putting things I've heard from not only people, but professionals and medical professionals. The first time I was diagnosed with vitiligo, the doctor said in one fluid statement, you have vitiligo. It's a pigment disorder where you're going to start losing your color. There's no cure for it. There's no real treatment. And then he kept talking. And he was looking down at his papers while he was talking. And this dude literally just told a 26-year-old, tall, dark-skinned, African-American man that he was going to lose his pigment, and he didn't even look up. I paused for a reason, because that's what it was like for me. Now, was he avoiding any emotional reaction? I don't know. Was that the way he did things? I don't know. I do know that after he said that, and then he kept talking, I stopped listening. And maybe I went back to him one more time after that. I don't know what you're supposed to do as a doctor to a patient when you're giving someone news that they might not like. But that's not how you do it. Like, treat it like a mom and a child, where you sit down and maybe, look the person in the eye, maybe reach out, maybe have compassion in your delivery. Okay, so that's just the medical professional. I went off on that one, but y'all know what I'm talking about. People reaction is everything. I've had celebrities not shake my hand. I've had people move to the other side of the elevator. One lady, African American lady, I was at a gas station. She walks up to me and goes, "What's wrong with your skin anyway?" And I was like, nothing. Nothing's wrong with it. It's just a disease called vitiligo. She goes, And I went, and walked behind her. She turned around and looked at me like I said something wrong. And she paid for her gas, and then she goes to walk out. I don't know what's wrong with you, but you need to fix your attitude. And I died laughing like, I need to fix my attitude. It's not the way people react, it's the way you react back to them that makes the difference. Coworkers, how did coworkers deal with it? That was where I really learned. Some people couldn't look me in the eye anymore. Some people would talk to my ear because it's multicolored ear. I don't know. A couple of them, when I first started walking down the hall without makeup on, because I used to put it all the way on and then just do it, and they never saw me without my makeup. And when I started walking down the hall without makeup on, they turned and went the other way. I come around the corner, they go back in the newsroom or wherever they're going. But I understood all that. They did not, people don't know what to say. At first I was like, forget y'all. As long as direct deposit happens every 2 weeks, I don't need you to look at me in the eye. But that's not the attitude to have, man. I needed to give them the time to understand it. And so, yeah, some of my coworkers were cool. Some of them have never even flinched. Like, they talk to me so normal. One time I had to go, I got vitiligo, right? They're like, yeah. But like I was saying, I need you to go and do this, that, and the other. And that was cool. But at the same time, it was different. Everybody has a different reaction. I've learned to roll with them all and get through them all. The biggest tool or the biggest way I found for people to grow and understand vitiligo or any disease that makes you different is by using empathy. And I hate using the term empathy sometimes because it makes it seem so trite, but it's really, empathy is a way to understand other people, absolutely. You want to understand their journey and have some compassion in their journey. That's what empathy is. But it's also, you have to allow people to understand you. Let them stare. Let them say something that may not be the right thing, because everybody doesn't have the right words to use. But if you can allow them into your world and they can allow you into their world through empathy, that is the way that things truly start to grow. I could go through history on this bad boy. Don't let me get all Malcolm and Martin on you, but the Martin of it all was, they don't know how to talk to us. They don't know how to treat us. We need to tell them and continue to tell them, because fighting them is not going to get us where we want to be. So if we allow them to understand us, allow them to walk with us, that's when things will change. Keep hope alive.